The contingent of heavily armored knights slows as the battered wagon crests the hill. 6 companions ride within and atop it, caked in dried mud, blood and ash. Franz, Cleo, Dwinbar, Gerhard and brother Heinrich. And at the reins, the Stragani huntsman Ibrahim guides the horses with weary precision. "Knights Panther," Gerhard whispers, voice low with unease. He knows their heraldry well, the golden and black feline emblems gleaming on blue tabards, draped over full plate of shining steel. One of the most venerated knightly orders in all the empire, sworn not to a god, but to the Graf of Middenheim. It is said their origins lie in the Crusades to Araby and the Southlands, from where they returned bearing trophies of slain great cats, jaguars, leopards, lions. Now those exotic pelts trim their cloaks and pauldrons, symbols of their unrelenting prowess in battle. Beside him, brother Heinrich, recovering from his wounds, squints toward the armored column. The witch hunter has seen the panthers before, patrolling Salzenmund, hunting beastmen through the Nordland forests. Their zeal in rooting out corruption and chaos is well known, though they owe no allegiance to Sigmar or his priesthood. Heinrich knows enough to respect their mission and to fear their scrutiny. He suppresses a wince and slides into the front seat of the wagon, beside Ibrahim and Gerhard, ready to meet the knights. "What are we going to tell them?" Gerhard mutters, eyeing the disciplined formation of soldiers with growing concern. Heinrich says nothing at first, offering only a sidelong look that speaks volumes, caution, uncertainty, and perhaps a flicker of resolve. "Greetings, one and all. Welcome back to the Temple of Verena. I am Brother Clavius, your humble narrator. Everything you are about to hear is drawn from the true records of game sessions played in the legendary Enemy Within campaign for Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. Though the tale may twist and turn in unfamiliar ways, I assure you, all paths lead to the heart of the Empire's corruption. Let us return now to our story. Chapter 14. Triumphant Return. A commanding voice echoes from the front ranks of the approaching knights. "In the name of the Emperor, halt your wagon, travelers." 3 knights break from the main column, their lances at ease but ready. Ibrahim slows the wagon, and the horses whinny in protest. "Sigmar's blessings," Heinrich calls out, rising from his seat. "What news from the road?" The lead knight urges his steed forward. He removes his helm. Beneath it, a young man with noble features, fair hair, and the bearing of high birth. His eyes move quickly from one companion to the next, Cleo's cloak torn and stained with soot, Dwinbar's beard matted with blood, Gerhard nursing his shoulder, Franz keeping a wary hand on the hilt of his sword. "I am Magnus von Groppen," the knight announces, preceptor of the Knights Panther out of Talabheim. "We ride for Middenstag to relieve our brethren stationed there. We've heard troubling rumours from Delbears, bandits, murders, and worse." "Aye, Sir Knight," Heinrich replies. "We can attest to it firsthand. Thieves, brigands, worse than that. The roads are cursed." Von Groppen's eyes fix on Gerhard. The Middenheimer tries to appear casual, nodding in grim agreement. "And you are?" the knight asks, suspicion sharpening his tone. A moment's silence, then Heinrich decides. No more disguises, no more shadows. "I am Brother Heinrich, of the Order of Holy Templars of Sigmar," he says, drawing a folded parchment from inside his cloak. "Forgive the deception. I travel under orders from Chapter Master Gustav Susse of Salzenmund." Von Groppen scans the seal and script with a frown. Eventually he nods, but his voice remains guarded. "And what mission takes a Templar, disguised as a monk, into the Howling Hills?" Heinrich tells the tale of beastmen and a desecrated waystone, of cultists in crimson, the Red Crown, of ritual sacrifice and unnatural transmutation, of a desperate battle beneath the trees, of a shaman's intervention, of death and survival. The knights listen intently. Von Groppen's jaw tenses at the mention of chaos, his gauntlet clenching over his reins. "And the dead?" he asks. "In the back of the wagon," Heinrich says, voice tight. Brother Pius, of the Order of the Torch, and a boy, Hannes. We freed them from the Red Crown ritual. They later fell in the rescue of a stolen Pegasus, killed by men in the service of a smuggler's den east of here. One-eyed Jacques, Franz adds. A wretched place, and worse, they fly your colours, Sir Knight. Von Groppen's brows lift. My colours? Franz nods. A stolen banner, found in their barroom, likely looted. Dwinbar remains silent. Within his pack lies a golden scarab-shaped bracelet found beside the skeleton of Professor Rabenwald, alongside the banner that Franz is mentioning, and the old letter suggesting a darker truth, that the knightly order may not be the rightful owners of the treasure. For now, he says nothing. It's a matter the dwarf will want to investigate later. Von Groppen glances toward his second. We'll investigate upon reaching Middenstag, he says. 2 knights are ordered to escort the companions back to Delbers. Von Groppen mentions that Burgermeister Klinsmann has fallen ill, suspicious timing perhaps. With formal farewells, the knightly column and the Pegasus-pulled wagon part ways, east and west. Gerhardt exhales. I think that went rather well, he mutters, holding his side. Still alive, still riding, and that little golden beetle still tucked away. Franz shoots him a look. And still in Rome's wagon, don't forget that. Dwinbar snorts. Aye, we're not out of the hills yet. Hours pass. The western road through the hills is unusually quiet. A few caravans pass, one of them flanked by hired guards. Among them, Franz spots a familiar face, the mercenary Remus Wolf, last seen at the Wheel and Anchor Inn. Watch the road, Herr Wolf, Franz warns him. The Phantom Arrow bandits are active in these hills. Remus grins. There are ways to avoid them, lad. They don't rob everyone. Just the unlucky, or the foolish. By late afternoon, Delbers reappears on the horizon, nestled between river and hill, rooftops glowing in the golden light. The companions speak in hushed tones. Some argue they should ride straight to Blitzen's observatory and see if Whirlwind made it. Others fear the watch may be hunting for them. At Ibrahim's suggestion, they decide to camp with the Strigani one more night. At the gates, the Knights Panther peel off with crisp farewells. The wagon turns along the river road, passing the quiet temple of Moor. There, Brother Heinrich calls a halt. They unload the bodies of Pius and Hannes, carrying them through the iron gates into the Garden of Stone. Brother Lucius receives them solemnly, joined by his gravedigger, an ancient, toothless man called Kramer. He squints at the Strigani in the wagon with barely concealed distaste. Pay no mind, Ibrahim says. We are used to such stares. You shouldn't have to be, Franz replies. The wagon rolls into the Strigani camp to cheers. The fires burn bright. Familiar faces greet them with hugs, food, relief. Ephraim runs to them. Whirlwind returned, he beams. Flew straight to the observatory. I've been watching the tower. There are guards everywhere, and someone went inside. A man with a long beard and a pointy hat. Wizardly, I suppose. Franz and Gerhardt exchange glances. Not Blitzen. Don't know, the boy says. Don't think so. But people are talking. They say a gang from Middenheim stole the Pegasus. They say someone named Schiller is behind it. The companions fall silent. Grandmother Maigret wishes to see you, Ephraim adds, looking at Cleo. Inside her painted wagon, the old soothsayer greets them with warmth. She notices Gerhardt's pain and lays a hand on his shoulder. A crack, a whispered word, and the bone is set. You are better now, she says. They eat, they rest. They speak of spirits and stones, of journeys and awakenings. Your path has begun, Cleo, Maigret whispers. But where it leads, only you may choose. Later, by the campfire, the companions plan their next move. Franz and Gerhardt will re-enter Delbers at dawn. The rest will remain hidden for now. As the sun breaks the horizon, the 2 men approach the gates. The same guardsman from before narrows his eyes, but says nothing. They cross the bridge into the town proper. Franz keeps his hood up. "Stay casual," he mutters. "Blend in." But it's already too late. Gerhardt spots the watchman first. 4 behind, 2 ahead, hands on hilts. "Bugger," he breathes. "We're surrounded." And that, my dear listener, is where we must end this chapter. Thank you for joining us here at the Temple of Verena. If you've enjoyed this tale, consider subscribing and leaving us a comment. We read every word. Until next time, may truth prevail.